committee. And I think the first matter we can turn our attention to will be the minutes from June 27th, 2024. Are there any comments or questions with regards to those minutes? Hearing none, is there a motion to accept?
I move to accept.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Okay, thank you. Moved and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right. Very good. All right. So the second matter would be that we can actually discuss the draft. So I believe by now members of the committee received the draft that was sent out by Judge Knox a little while ago, which contained information regarding charges 1, 2, and 4. And I also think that there were some additional comments on the draft that we received from Judge Wilson. And thank you very much for that, Judge Wilson. Thank you very much, as always. And we also, I believe it went out last night, were draft comments with regard to charge number 3 from Mr. Grealish and company. And thank you, sir, very much for all of that hard work. So I guess a good thing to do is just to remind members of the committee what we had said at our last meeting. We indicated that today, to the extent we're prepared to do this, we'll have some discussion about the draft, any comments or questions, and that we would be asking for additional comments on the draft by August the 8th, and we're looking to have an additional meeting on August the 15th. And then, if necessary, we'll have that last meeting if we haven't already been able to wrap up the report. So, before entertaining any questions from any member of the committee, Judge Knox, did you have anything else before we see if there are any questions?
I have nothing to add. Thank you, Judge Brown.
Okay. Any member of the committee at all?
No, nothing to add.
Okay. So I guess what my thinking was, Judge Knox, on this is, we've gotten the pieces together. I think that to the extent that members of the committee, once they've had a chance to really sort of digest, in particular charge 3 and the information is rather detailed there from Mr. Grealish's department, would it make sense to maybe reflect what some of those comments are on the draft, and could that be sent back to you, Mr. Grealish, if people have any specific thoughts or questions about things that you wrote on charge 3? Could we send those comments back to you for reflection and incorporation as appropriate?
Definitely.
Okay. All right. So why don't we do that? And then obviously anybody that needs to do that should do that prior to August 8th, because what we're looking for is for folks to get information back to Judge Knox and I by August the 8th. And then we're going to further synthesize that for the meeting on August the 15th. Am I looking at that right, Judge Knox?
That's correct.
Okay.
That is correct.
Okay. Okay. Very good. All right. Okay. So I think we've obviously got some homework to do. We've got all this information. I just think we just going to need to further read it and synthesize it into the 4 charges and try to make sure everything is as streamlined, sort of consistent through all 4 charges. Some of it speaks the voice is a little different throughout, so I think we just need to sort of tighten that up. But I think it really looks like it's coming together very well. Okay, so at this point, I would think that if members of the committee are going to review the information you've got, if you have anything in addition that you want to send to Mr. Grealish, you can reflect that in the appropriate sections of charge 3 and scan that and send that back to him. and then Judge Knox and I will be asking for you to send you all of your comments with regard to the draft on or before August the 8th, so that we would have something to provide to you as a draft by August the 15th. All right, any questions from anyone about any of that?
Judge Brown and Judge Knox, I just want to point out, I have conflict. I'm out that week of the 15th. You know, I could be available that Monday. You know, if what I was thinking is if you wanted my unit to format the report, you know, so that it's consistent, we'd be happy to do that, you know, and I can take that information and anything that becomes a finalized draft, then I can take that stuff, and even when that week when I'm gone, I can get it to someone in my unit that will format it and put it, you know, in a good working order. So, you know, it's up to you how you want to handle that. I apologize. It was a last minute thing and we're going to be out of state. So, you know, but I'd be happy before or after that week to, you know, be available for whatever we need to do on it.
Whatever you all want to do. I think Director Grealish is very important to our meetings and any further discussion. But you are available on the 8th. Are we having did you say a meeting on the 8th, Judge Brown?
No,
just comments by the 8th.
Comments, right? Comments back to us. And
okay.
Director Grealish, just to be clear, so what you're saying is the week of the 12th through the 16th, you're out. Is that right?
You're muted, Director Grealish. We didn't hear you.
Yeah, I was just like, sorry, I'm looking at the calendar. I'm looking off screen. I'm looking at another screen, but the I am out the 12th to the 16th.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So I'm available, you know, that end of the week before, obviously, and anytime the 19th through the 23rd also. You know, as early as the 19th. So whatever you find appropriate, you know. I mean, I could try to call in on that Thursday, but I think I'm traveling that day. So I'd have to confirm that.
Do you want to try? I don't want to crunch people's time limits by any stretch of the imagination. But I found Judge Wilson's comments, which were terrific on 1, 2, and 4. I think we're just going to, quite frankly, I think we're just going to incorporate them. They're just so spot on. I don't know how much more. I think people need time with regard to Director Grealish's draft on charge 3. And I don't want to crunch anybody's time, but I do want to make sure that we are still moving along. And I don't know about anyone else. I'm on vacation the 19th. So if we could get it done before then, that would be really nice, but I didn't want to say that out loud.
So let me suggest this. I'm looking at where we're at. Okay. So if we ask for folks to get us comments by next Thursday, the 2nd, or the 1st, right? A week from today is the 1st, is it not? Yes.
Yes.
So if we did that, can we then have our next meeting on August 8th instead?
That works perfect for me.
Yeah, comments by August 1st and a meeting on August 8th, and we may be able to wrap this up on August the
8th. That sounds great. I hate to throw the monkey wrench into this, you know, but if we could do August 8th, that would be perfect. And, you know, then I can get any comments back that you want to format, and then, you know, we can incorporate it into a bigger paper, and then I can have that worked on and then have it distributed to the group, you know, so they can see kind of more of a formalized final copy, and then we can make final edits on it, you know.
Mr. Brown, you got a comment, sir?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
I'm not available on August 8th, but I am open to trying to get my feedback to the committee by the 1st. I think that's doable. I can work with my colleague Patrick to make sure that any additional information can be shared at the meeting on August 8th when I'm not in attendance. But I'm open to trying to do this by next week.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you very much. Anyone else have any issues with getting your comments back to us by August 1 and having a meeting on August 8th? Does that present an obstacle for anybody else?
This is on Director Grealish's portion, charge 4, right?
Really, it'll be with regard to everything, really.
Yeah,
Okay.
we'll be putting the whole thing together.
Right.
Okay, and just so that I'm clear, when are we gonna get the whole thing?
Well, I
Before
think the hope, I think the
I
hope,
mean, I don't have any further comments on pages 1 through, that did not include, the only thing I gotta look at is Director Grealish's information, and I probably won't find anything wrong with it because I'm not a statistician. So, I've already commented on pages 1 through 12 that you sent Judge Knox. So I'm not going to go back over that again. I made those comments and changes, and then so the only thing I have left is the demographic data to look at, and I probably won't have any changes with that.
so Judge
And
Knox, I guess,
I'm-
go ahead. I'm sorry. Yeah.
I think at this point, we're probably going to accept the changes that Judge Wilson made, but welcome any other changes and get that over to Joe Grealish so that he can put everything together into one document that you'll have on the 8th.
Yes, absolutely.
And I think, Judge Knox, if there may be some stuff in the number section that you may want to highlight towards the front of the report. Is there going to be an executive summary or?
I hadn't planned on it.
Okay, then I wouldn't worry about it.
So if we're going to meet on the 8th, we would plan to get to the committee what we're considering to essentially be a final draft prior to that date. So I guess you and I need to talk about that, look at what we have gotten in terms of comments from everyone, and then send it out appropriately. So sometime before the 8th. Okay. Great. This is great. Thanks to everyone. Do we have anything else to cover today? All right, hearing nothing, is there a motion to adjourn? Second? All in favor?
Second.
Okay, folks.
Aye.
Thank you very much.
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Yeah,
Bye-bye.
take care.
Take care.
Bye now.
See you later. Bye-bye.
Yeah.